A creature that many believed didn't exist terrorized the western United States. The beast traveled from city to city and town to town, killing a number of victims before moving on to the next, nearly unnoticed. The beast preyed on fear and human flesh, reveling in the kill. Many innocent people died. One man, aware of the beast's true identity, hunted it for over 30 years. He tracked the beast from state to state and town to town. He set aside his own life to save others a terrible death and perhaps something worse. He often worked alone, but occasionally he accepted help, even if it was against his better judgment.
Seth!
Finally, with the reluctant help from an unlikely friend and partner, he destroyed the beast and rid the world of this evil. Now they continued their hunt, pursuing a new threat.
How do you feel about vampires?
One just as dangerous and lethal as the last.
Doesn't make any sense. 5 months and nothing.
This has been a huge waste of time. How could your book of information have been so wrong?
The book's not wrong. Something major's changed. This is very strange. Covens don't just pick up and leave. They stay where they've been established. Especially this coven. Elizabeth staked out her territory a long time ago, and she would have remained unchallenged.
Yeah, but the fact is we just spent 5 months in Las Vegas, and there isn't a sign of a vampire anywhere in this city.
I know.
So could something have come along to wipe them out? Some kind of, I don't know, vampire epidemic?
Anything's possible, but that's pretty unlikely. Even a battle with a rival coven would have left some kind of a sign or some remnant.
Well, they couldn't have just vanished. They would have had to have gone somewhere.
Which leaves the questions, where? And more importantly, why?
Right. Can you believe this? I'm so tired of this. Well, we've been done eating for a while now. Are we just going to sit here all night? I don't know, maybe it's just time to pack up and move on to another city.
I really don't want to give up on this yet.
Angus, it's been 5 months already. Why can't we just leave?
I don't know what it is about Elizabeth's coven. I just got this feeling that they're the ones we gotta go after. What the hell? It's about time.
Gentlemen.
Back, spawn of Satan.
Is this guy serious?
Kelly, why don't you just sit down?
Sit down, Angus. That's a vampire.
I've been waiting for this moment. Sit down.
Okay.
Just relax, kid. Marius, where have you been?
Angus, you've been wondering where he is? Is there something you maybe should have filled me in on?
Kelly, I was never Catholic or any of its offshoots. Therefore, this means absolutely nothing to me.
How do you know my name?
Hello, vampire.
Angus, you know this vampire? You were going to discuss this with me when?
Actually, I've been waiting for Marius to show up for quite a while. When he didn't show, I thought he was just part of the general disappearance.
Actually, I was enjoying your exploits in Salt Lake City. You should have been there a week later when the police showed up at Al Nilsson's house.
You were there? Wait, what's the big deal about the police? They just found a dead body.
Of course I was there. I keep tabs on Angus. I have for years. And no, they did not just find a body. When a werewolf is killed by decapitation, it stays in wolf form. Imagine what the police were thinking when they found a humanoid, wolf-shaped dead body.
I assume shortly thereafter, unmarked black cars showed up, accompanied by an unmarked black laboratory that took away all the evidence.
Bingo. I wasn't the only one there that night. Elizabeth had one of her own keeping an eye on the situation.
You knew who we were going after, yet you let us waste 5 months here in Las Vegas when she was in Salt Lake City all that time?
Hold on. There's a lot you don't understand.
Hold it. Before this goes any further, I wonder why we're not killing you right now.
We're not killing this particular vampire because Marius poses no threat to us. In the supernatural world, there are different classes. Some are evil, some are good. Marius doesn't feed on human blood. Therefore, we have no gripe with him.
Exactly right. I choose to feed on animals like bear and deer. I remember my life before I was changed. I love human beings. I will not hurt them.
So, you're trying to tell me there's good and evil supernatural creatures, and we're just going after the evil ones?
We're not murderers, Kelly. All we're trying to do is protect mankind from evil.
So, if I understand all this correctly, when a vampire attacks, it doesn't just get all the blood, it also gets all the victim's knowledge. Is that correct?
That's exactly right.
So, while the vampires we're after have gained actual useful knowledge from human victims, you learned how to what? Crap in the woods?
Kelly, Marius is here to lend us a hand.
Oh, all of this is just giving me a headache.
Elizabeth hasn't forgotten about you, Angus. She has a long memory, and she remembers what you did to her back in the 80s.
So, Angus, you've dealt with Elizabeth's coven?
You don't think it really took me 33 years to kill one werewolf, do you? A lot happened along the way, including a vampire attack aimed at me in Las Vegas back in 1986.
An attack which Angus killed 8 of Elizabeth's most trusted members. And if that wasn't bad enough, he spent the next month killing quite a few more.
Yeah, but Elizabeth escaped me, along with her number one, Corvus.
Because you had to move on. You were going to lose your werewolf's trail. She was content to let you go. Did you ever wonder why?
I assumed it was because I'd hurt them enough for them to lay low for a while. I'm guessing now that was wrong.
Dead wrong. You are aware of the prophecy concerning the Mayan calendar. Am I wrong?
There's a prophecy?
I don't know what you're talking about.
2012? Some people think it's the end of the world, but actually, it's the end of human dominance on this planet and the return of it to the supernatural world. However, there is a warning, and the warning states that a small band of humans may put an end to the takeover of 2012.
I wonder why I haven't heard of this before.
What's important for you to know is the supernatural world was aware of you, but while searching for your werewolf, they were not concerned with you. When the two of you came together and killed the werewolf, you jumped up on everybody's radar.
So you're telling us all supernatural creatures are concerned with the two of us, are going to stop some sort of supernatural takeover in the next 2 years?
What you believe is irrelevant. Elizabeth believes it. And as the gathering continues...
Oh, the gathering?
The countdown to December 2012 is drawing supernatural creatures to one location, Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City? Why there?
I don't know. All I know is all the supernatural creatures are being drawn to Salt Lake City, and I can feel it myself, but there's more.
What are you talking about?
The night you tracked your werewolf to where he was staying, a lot more happened that you were unaware of. It'll be faster if I just show you.
How can you show us?
Come closer. Let me place my hand on each of your foreheads.
Go and feed. No, you will not die here in the streets tonight. I have plans for you. The one who was here could have helped you, but he has left. I will help you now.
You look so frightened. Our friend was just attacked by a crazy man in a mask.
Well, here, let me help you. Oh, you see? There's nothing to be afraid of.
But we have to help Tommy.
Oh, he's already been helped. Let me help you.
What's the hurry?
Our friend was just murdered.
Murdered? Are you sure?
I just saw it happen, of course I'm sure.
I bet I can ease your pain.
How could we have missed all that?
Because you're focused on your target, and rightly so, I might add.
Man, we must have passed each other. I never even noticed it.
That's easy for a vampire to accomplish, but hold on, there's more.
Warning, 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 warning.
Hey, what's up? No, not really. Me? Just walking to work. I know there have been murders, but there's no other way for me to get to work. All right, who's messing around out there?
What do you mean, Shar? I've been wondering how you've been.
But you died. We all saw you. You were attacked by whatever that thing was.
Shar, when I needed you, I was abandoned.
We called the police. We looked everywhere for you, but we couldn't find you. The police found blood in the streets, but we couldn't find you.
Well, here I am, so I can't be dead, right?
Right, I guess.
Where have you been? Have you seen your parents? The police are gonna want to know what happened.
Char, relax. It's all okay.
But...
You know, Charlotte, you all left me to die that night. You know that.
No, I mean... Well, it happened so fast and we were all so scared.
We've known each other since we were little kids, yet when I needed you, you ran off on me.
But no! Well, I guess we did. I was just so frightened, I just ran!
But I won't abandon you. In fact, I brought you something very special.
Special? What do you mean?
I've brought you a very special gift, Char. All you have to do is accept it.
Tommy, you're acting really weird. Let's go see your parents.
No, Char. I've brought you a gift, and now it is time.
She's digging in. She's preparing for something big.
Yes, very good. She's gathering numbers in her favor.
What is she gearing up for?
She intends to be in control of the gathering.
So she's making a bunch of new vampires under her control.
Exactly. When new covens arrive in Salt Lake, she plans to have them outnumbered.
But what about other, more powerful supernatural entities?
Ah, have you discussed this with Kelly yet?
Yeah, boss. Have you discussed these with me yet?
Well, Kelly, I was originally going to take this slow, which appears now to have been a mistake. I was going to slowly take you up the ladder of supernatural entities so you could be mentally prepared for them. Your school books fall woefully short.
Kelly, he's wise in his approach. But to answer your question, she's hoping to gain smaller covens to join in with hers.
So, she's thinking that by having sheer numbers, she'll be able to have control over the rest.
Clearly the people of Salt Lake are in great danger. Angus, our next move has to be to go back there.
I would agree.
That's fine. What about you?
I'm keeping tabs on the situation.
Whoa!
Any reason we should hang around here any longer?
I don't think so, but I don't trust him, Angus.
That's probably wise.
introduce a new excuse. Man, I've heard enough. Say you done better. You think you are just so darn clever. Take me to some kind of fool. I see through you. Say you done better. You think you are just so darn clever. Take me to some kind of fool. I see through
I know what you're talking about. Wait. Hold on just a second. No, you guys are ready. It sounds good. Tour starts in 3 days. You guys just got to make sure that you get all your stuff together. God help us. This is going to be an interesting tour, and just make sure that you're ready and that you're there and that you have all your plane tickets and everything in order, all right?
Hey, man, who are you on the phone with? Creed? We already know we're ready. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, I was on the phone with Creed, and you know they've sold millions of records, so if you stick with me, maybe you'll be in the same league someday. Excuse me, this is a close practice. You're gonna have to leave. You can't be in here. You gotta leave. You're coming with me.
Hey, guys, I think the set's really coming together.
We need to record our music, though, so we can boost our iTunes sales up.
That's a good idea.
Hey, man, we appreciate our fans and all, but this is a close practice.
Dude, you're gonna have to leave. When I was alive, I was a big fan of your music.
Ooh, we got a live one here. What have you been smoking over there, Cheech?
You have no idea what kind of high we're on.
Where'd you all come from?
Why do the crazies always come around us?
What are you guys all doing here?
I really love your music.
How did she do that? Linda's a sucker for guitar players.
What do you people want?
What if you could play your music forever?
What do you mean by that?
We have a special gift for you.
A very special gift. Very special. Very special.
No thanks, and you can all hit the road right now.
You actually think you have a choice in this?
Almost finished.
Brother of Arnold Cartoni, my condolences.
Who are you and how do you know my name?
Irrelevant. You are the uncle of Kelly Cartoni, are you not?
What are you doing here?
I need to know where Kelly Cartoni is, along with his friend Angus Scrimm.
I don't have to answer your questions, lady. You can get out of my backyard.
That's a beautiful family you have there. It would be a shame if something terrible was to happen to them, wouldn't it? Now where is Kelly Cartoni?
I have no idea where Kelly is. After the murders, he fell off the face of the earth. No one knows where he is.
He is on his way back here to Salt Lake City. I suggest you find him for your family's sake. I want to know where he and his friends are.
So, you want me to find my nephew and report it back to you what? In my backyard?
Think of your family.
That is your third threat against my family.
Okay, so my job is to set up a place for our operations, correct?
While you're dealing with all of that, I'm going to scout around for some possible vampire locations.
My parents own several properties. I think there's one that'll be perfect for us. Any ideas where you're going to start?
Well, I figure since Elizabeth attacked some people in the area that we were working in last year, that might be a good place to start. There might still be some of them around.
Good idea. Hopefully I can get all this wrapped up today.
That would help. It must be good to be heir to the Cartoni fortune.
Oh, it sure is.
What is it about this place?
sorry to hear about your parents, and that's really tough luck.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
I'm so glad you showed up today. Frankly, we didn't know what to do with your parents' property, but fortunately you were on the title.
Yeah, a few years ago they got in the whole living will thing, and I guess they put me as beneficiary to everything they had.
This is all the paperwork to the house. Now, if you'll sign right here, then I'll give you the keys and the house is yours.
All right. Thanks for the ride out here. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Here's the keys. It's the least I could do. Your parents have been valued customers for years.
Hello.
Uncle John? Yeah, hey, it's me, Kelly.
Kelly, where have you been? Are you all right?
Yeah, Uncle John, I'm fine. I've just been really busy on a project I've been working on.
We were worried about you. You disappeared right after the funeral.
Yeah, I know. I got an opportunity to work in my field, so I had to leave. But I'm back in Utah now, and I just wanted to call to know everything's okay.
Well, that's good to hear. Only
what?
I had a visitor the other night. She didn't tell me her name, but she was looking for you.
Looking for me?
Yeah, Kelly. You're not going to believe this. She was right outside the window in the backyard. It was like she was floating in the air and hovering.
What did she look like?
Long dark hair, pretty, sharp teeth.
She wanted to know where I was?
Both you and someone named Angus.
But of course you didn't know where I was, so how did you take that?
She made a threat, several threats in fact, to my family. What's this all about, Kelly?
It's a long story, Uncle John. Look, I'm sure she'll be back soon. Try and put her off for a couple days, then you can tell her we're at the Payson property.
Okay, but who is she, and why does she look like a refugee from an old Hammer film?
It's a long story, Uncle John. Look, I'll just take care of it. I gotta go. Talk to you later.
Kelly? Kelly, you still there?
Yeah, I'm coming out now. You should be coming up the hill anytime. All right, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so I know how to get here. How do you like it?
Sure out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's why this house is perfect for us. It's kind of like Batman in his Batcave.
What are you talking about?
You know, heroes need to be removed from the people they protect in order to hide their identities.
Oh, so you're a hero now, and you have a hero cave.
No, but you know what I mean, right?
So, you thought we needed a house this big? It looks like a fortress.
Not yet, it's not, but it sure will be once I get those defenses in.
Defenses. Maybe we need to have a talk.
Absolutely, we need defenses. If they have the nerve to attack us, we're going to be ready for them.
Just move our stuff in, get us set up before you defend it.
Don't you want to come in and check it all out?
Not right now. I've got a line on some activity that I want to investigate further.
Okay, boss. Just remember you have that cell phone I gave you to keep in touch.
You mean this? This pink phone? Do I look like a pink kind of guy?
Oh, Angus, you sure are. It really brings out your eyes.
That's funny. I'll be back by morning. And stop calling me boss.
When you stop calling me kid.
Alright, we all know why we're here. It's been a year since the unexplained deaths and disappearances started in our neighborhood. I can't count them all, but I can think of at least 20 off the top of my head. The police are useless. We're going to have to take care of this ourselves. Yeah, Rick?
Are you sure we should be doing this? Isn't this what the police are for?
Stow that, Rick. You know full well the police have done nothing. We owe it to our friends to avenge their murders.
All I'm saying is that the police haven't been able to solve this after a year. What makes us think we can?
Simply because we know our neighborhood, and we're putting all of our efforts into solving this ourselves. I've seen this type of enemy in the past. I've seen this type of evil in all its guises. Oh yes, I have. That is why we have formed Team Slayer to deal with this ourselves. Alright, everyone fan out. Remember the buddy system. We cannot afford to make any mistakes. If you see anything, remember your cell phones.
Don't you feel like the biggest idiot?
Oh yeah, big idiot.
How long have you known Jarvis?
Clearly not long enough.
So what are you two pretty girls doing out here tonight by yourself?
Clever line. Yeah, did you come up with that one all by yourself?
Actually, I did. The name's Jarvis McFadden. The Jarvis McFadden?
The Jarvis McFadden?
I'm a leader of a group of neighbors out to protect you tonight.
Go away. You're useless.
Well, maybe I should walk you two home.
What do you think?
What do I think? What?
What do you mean, she's a killer? We've all heard the rumors about these deaths and disappearances. Oh, it's gangs. Oh, it's Satan worshippers. Hell, old lady Schiffer down there said she saw a wolf roaming around the streets here the night Jim Mace was killed. Is that girl the killer? I don't know.
What do you say we go grab a bite to eat? And that way I know you guys will be okay.
Listen, human. You need to eat.
Just wait here. I'll go talk to her. I'm sure she's not a murderer, okay? Excuse me, miss. Can I bother you for a second?
Vampire!
Hey, what's going on over there?
Move and you die. We were told to watch for you.
I don't know you. You must be new. Well, here I am.
So you're the great Angus Scrimm. Elizabeth wanted us to deliver a message to you.
I'm listening.
She wanted us to let you know that if you and your apprentice leave now, no harm will come to you. But should you choose to remain on your current path, both of you will die.
You haven't met my partner. You have no idea how happy he'll be to hear that you said that.
Elizabeth respects you, Angus. She doesn't want to destroy the both of you.
You go back and tell Elizabeth that we'll be dealing with her soon enough.
As you wish. Be sure to tell your apprentice you sealed his fate.
He'll thank you for that. Just before he drives a stake through your heart.
Seeing you soon.
Get up, kid.
What the hell was that?
Vampires.
Vampires? Well, then who are you?
I'm the guy that kills them.
Rick is dead.
No. He's worse than dead. And we need to take care of him.
And you're what? A vampire hunter?
Good work. Especially since you're asking vampires out on a date.
Asking him on a date? I wasn't. I was trying to gain their trust so I can get valuable information.
Oh, really?
Well, we are Team Slayer, and I'm the leader. My name's Jarvis McFadden. The Jarvis McFadden. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Well, this is all very noble of you. Unfortunately, you have no idea what you're up against.
Hey, wait just a
Relax, kid. I've been dealing with creatures like this over 30 years. None of you are safe. The vampires have seen you, and they will hunt you down. It's the only way you'll be safe. Is to come with me, if you want to live.
Come on, answer the phone.
Hello?
Where have you been? I've been trying to call you all night.
I just turned the phone on a few minutes ago.
What do you mean you just turned it on?
I didn't want to waste the battery.
Remember we talked about this. You're supposed to leave it on. The battery will last until you get back.
Yeah, whatever. I ran into some neighborhood folks who got attacked by vampires. The vampires now know who they are. I had to bring them along for their own safety, so they're coming with me.
Okay, we'll just have to do our best to protect them.
So how are those defenses of yours coming along?
Great, they're mostly set up.
Are they good enough to stop vampires?
I really don't know. I think if they're close enough to charges, it might be able to blow off a head or a leg, but if nothing else, it should slow them down.
Okay. At first, I thought you were crazy, but it looks like we're going to need them. We got a threat from Elizabeth tonight.
Really?
Well, the vampires, this guy named Jarvis was actually hitting on, told us to leave or Elizabeth would destroy us.
She said she'd destroy us? Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, I told him you'd get a big kick out of it.
Oh, I've been itching to deliver a vampire beatdown for months.
I know. Relax. Let's get these people home and situated, and then we'll go from there.
Good idea. I'll talk to you when you get here.
So, avoiding the group?
No, I just have a lot of work to do today.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I really can't stand that Jarvis guy.
Well, he is kind of a pompous idiot, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Well, you can keep working. I'm going to go educate the group on just what they're up against and how to defend themselves.
You might want to get them building some weapons as well.
That will come afterwards.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Well, I know you're okay, but I'll send Jarvis out to help you in a little while.
You're gonna what?
I know. But I want you to appreciate what I went through when you showed up last year.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you were all excitement and stupidity when you first showed up. I still can't believe that you didn't get killed. I'm just glad that you've grown up a bit. You're actually getting useful to me.
Oh, geez, boss, thanks.
Don't call me boss. So therefore, you need to hammer the stake directly into the vampire's heart, or decapitate them. Any questions?
What about those supposed vampire myths we've heard since we were kids? Like vampires can't cross running water, or they can turn into bats, and they can't come into your house unless invited?
Excellent question. Let's examine that. No, vampires cannot turn into bats, wolves, things like that. However, they can affect your mind and make you see what they want you to see.
Like hypnosis?
Not through hypnosis, no. Remember, vampires are supernatural creatures. Their existence is on a different plane than ours. They have the ability to make us see what they want us to see. Or for that matter, to make us not see something that is really there. For instance, a vampire could be in this room right now, and we wouldn't see it. Well, you don't need to worry. Part of the myth is true. Vampires can't enter a house without permission. They also can't cross running water, and if they're in the sunlight, they burst into flame.
Why is that?
Well, it's the nature of the vampire flesh. You know how redheads burn in the sun easier? Take that several steps further for vampires. The reason is because vampires are undead, which is the opposite of living. Anything that involves life or growth is the antithesis of the vampire. It's poison to them. For instance, running water. Water is the lifeblood of the earth. It's why we all live. Therefore, an undead creature can't stand it. Can't stand it at all. Holy water is effective not because it's been blessed, but because it's purified water. It is, again, pure water, the lifeblood of the earth. Vampires can't see their reflection, and it's not because they don't have a soul, it's because silver is on the back of the mirror, and silver is a mineral. It's part of the foundation of our living world, and therefore they don't reflect. Anything that has growth or life is death to a vampire. That's why wooden stakes. These were once part of a living, growing tree, and by their very nature, they are poison to vampires.
So, where does the cross come into the picture?
Good question. Really good question. The reason this is effective, it's effective only to Catholics or people that view this as part of their faith. A vampire that was once a Buddhist wouldn't be affected, but he would be affected by something from his own religion. But the thing to remember is that across the board, they can't enter without permission. So, for right now, you're all safe.
So according to what you just said, all we have to do is stay inside and we'll be fine, right?
Well, that would be true if that's all there were to it. Vampires, I've learned throughout the years, are aware of their own limitations. They will use everything they can to get us to make a mistake. What we have to do is be on guard moment to moment. Now the rest of the afternoon, we're going to spend building weapons.
There's a guy upstairs looking for a Kelly Cartoni.
He's outside someplace doing his defenses. Why don't you use my cell phone and give him a call?
You have a pink phone?
Kelly gave me that phone. I'm sure he thinks it's really funny.
Uncle John, what are you doing here?
I think I should be the one asking that question. And who are all these people?
It's kind of hard to explain, Uncle John.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. Why don't you just start explaining what's going on here?
Okay, just hold on a second. Angus! You might want to be a part of this. Angus, this is my Uncle John.
Glad to know you. I've heard a lot about you.
Yet I've heard nothing about you.
Sorry about that, Uncle John. We've been on a pretty tight schedule.
Well, you just up and disappeared after the funeral.
I hear you had a visitor the other night. About 5.5 feet tall, mid-30s, long dark hair, piercing eyes.
Yeah, that's her all right. Only the really weird thing about it was it seemed like she was floating on the breeze.
Look, it's getting dark soon. This is really not the time for this.
Look, whatever. Kelly, I came for answers. That's what I want. Start talking.
Answers? Angus, why don't you take this one?
Way to man up. Okay, about 30 years ago, I was on the police force. I was involved in an investigation that turned out to be a werewolf. Nobody believed it then, but I saw too much to not believe it myself. I tracked that werewolf for over 30 years. Last year, Kelly and I finally tracked him down and we dispatched him. Unfortunately, there were some vampires in the area that we didn't know about. And now they're here. And they're coming for us tonight. And if you stay past dark, you'll be stuck here with us and have to ride it out.
I'm really supposed to believe this? Is this the best you guys can do?
Uncle John, he's right. My mom and dad were not killed by some gang members. They were killed by this werewolf. I saw it.
Look, I came here for truth, not fairy tales.
Well, if you're not out of here by dark, a fairy tale could rip your throat out.
Have you guys noticed the sky?
It's too late for you to leave now. You better go sit up.
I'm on it.
You guys might want to come take a look at this.
Who is that?
It's not so much who, but what.
What?
Uncle John, you picked a really bad night to come here.
Go back downstairs and tell the others to stay away from the windows and wait for us.
Okay. Uncle John, you know what I was majoring in college. I've been in a fight against supernatural ever since Mom and Dad were murdered by that supernatural creature.
Now wait just a minute.
Uncle John, we don't have time for this right now. We visited your house the other night, and what is outside right now is a vampire.
A vampire? Are you serious?
He's dead serious. And I suggest you do exactly what we say. And you might just survive this night.
Okay, what we need to do is split up into groups of 3.
Be quiet and move away from the window. We're going to do exactly what we talked about this afternoon. They can't get in, so we're just going to wait and watch and see what happens. Well, that worked pretty well. How many of those did you place?
Oh, you mean of my defenses? I'm not sure I lost count after 40.
What did you put in there?
Just a few household chemicals mixed in the proper proportions.
Are you telling me that those people out there are truly vampires?
Yes, John. Those are the living dead.
Hey, Angus. You really ought to join us outside.
Oh no, they've got a baby.
No way, Angus. Don't go out there.
They have a baby. That changes everything. All right, so I'm here. Start talking.
I would think that would be pretty clear.
You all need to remember what you were taught this afternoon. Things are about to spiral out of control. Grab your weapons from the table.
All right, everybody, mount up.
You understand, of course, that we're prepared for you. If you hurt that baby, we'll kill every last one of you here tonight.
I think it is you that does not understand how outnumbered you are.
Enough of this. Let's go get him.
Kelly, we gotta get that baby. Now's our chance. Go.
Again. The Jarvis McFadden. Are you here to walk us home tonight?
Yeah, I'll walk you straight to hell.
Jarvis, this is way above your skill.
We gotta protect that baby.
The vampires can't get in the house. They haven't been invited.
But Angus said they can trick our minds and make us do stuff we wouldn't normally do.
You're right. We got to protect that baby.
Yeah, I'll go back in and help protect the baby.
Kelly, are you all right? Did you make it up? I think so. Come on.
Something's not right.
Please be Catholic.
Look at me! You could have stopped this.
I understand. Back away.
I don't think so, old man.
I think so.
I've been watching you, human.
I'd remember if I'd seen you before.
You've not seen me, but I have been watching you.
Why have you done that, vampire?
That is for another time. I will see you soon.
Whenever you're ready, vampire.
What just happened here?
Where did they all go?
I don't know.
Where's Marius been through all this?
I don't know. Something is terribly wrong. Keep an eye on the others. I gotta check on something.
Man, did you see us out there? Those vampires were a bunch of tools.
Marius, where have you been?
I got the information we were looking for, and I was watching on the other side of the grove.
Well, you could have helped. But I know why you didn't.
Thank you for not mentioning that to the others.
It's okay. Your fear of them is justified. They really do hate you for not feeding on us.
Where did this come from?
I was just sitting outside by the door as I came inside.
Okay, how did it get in here?
I picked it up and brought it inside.
You're telling me that after a battle of vampires, you find a weird pumpkin outside that has no business being there, and you decide to bring it inside the house? What were you thinking? How could you have been that stupid? Where are you guys going? I'm not done yet. You have to be on the guard all the time.
They meet up consistently in an old, forgotten burial ground.
She is a creature of habit. I'll give her that.
Hold on. Something's wrong.
What is?
No! They're running into a trap. Angus, they're downstairs in the pool table room. I'll meet you there. Everybody get back. Make no sudden move. The last thing we want to do is supernatural creature. It's usually a servant.
What has it done with Kelly?
Essentially, everything that happened tonight was a ruse. A smokescreen for them to plant the quell in your midst. Their hope was to get either you, Angus, or Kelly, and it has taken him wherever Elizabeth wanted him taken.
Well, how do we even get him back?
Is he even alive? Yes, he is still alive, because Elizabeth wants him for some purpose. You're going to have to go to the source. You're going to have to confront Elizabeth.
Now hold on. We can't just go barging in like a mob. What we need is a small, precise group. And you, Marius. Most of you need to stay and keep an eye on things here. John, you need to get back to your family. Now I need 3 volunteers.
I know you guys think I'm a tool for bringing that pumpkin inside, but I didn't know. I'm going with you guys on this thing.
Well, let's go get him back.
Okay, 4 volunteers. If they show up tonight, it's possible we'll be outnumbered. Remember to use your talismans as protection against them.
This is an old, forgotten graveyard, and they're nearby.
Marius, you're our only hope against them. Stay out of sight. But we're going to need you eventually.
I know. I'll do what I can.
So what exactly is our plan tonight?
We're going to have a confrontation with Elizabeth and try and reason with her. That, of course, is not going to work.
Well, if that's not going to work, then what are we doing here?
Well, hopefully, in our efforts to deal with them, we'll be able to catch them off guard. They'll think they have the advantage, and we'll do everything we can to destroy them.
We're gonna be way outnumbered.
So, how are 4 of us going to take on what possibly could be 50 of them?
I've had past dealings with Elizabeth. She doesn't usually travel in large groups. She's an old school vampire. She doesn't like to call attention to herself.
Well, what if this doesn't go according to plan?
Then we're going to have a very bad evening.
Is he for real?
Stand in a circle and face outwards, and be alert.
Well, I guess this is going to be a long night.
Stay alert.
Is that a man out there?
Don't take your eyes off your area. How many do you see, Amanda?
Just one, and he hasn't moved.
I think I got one over here too.
I think I have 2 over here.
Elizabeth has arrived. Have your defenses ready. Hold your ground. Stay ready.
We've been waiting for you.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a long time. I'm surprised it's taken this many years for you to dispatch your lycanthrope.
Better late than never. What have you done with Kelly?
Always straight to the point, Angus. We never have time for small talk.
No, I suppose not. Will you answer the question?
In due time, however, there's much to be dealt with first.
Specifically?
Several things, really, like how you will pay for your crimes, as an example.
My crimes? You're referring to our previous encounter?
Exactly. You took too many lives the last time we met.
True. But I saved many more.
Human lives which are irrelevant.
To you. Not to me. But why argue about the past? Where is Kelly?
You have a much more urgent question that needs to be answered, like how will you get out of here alive?
Angus, they have us surrounded.
Elizabeth, the question you need to think about is, did we come here alone?
Did you bring more of your hunters, or is Marius hiding in the weeds, afraid to show his face?
I suggest you tell Simone to release her captive.
Or...
Oh!
Now it's time to die.
I can't gain any knowledge from you.
Marius? Marius! Marius, are you alright?
Hold! So this is what it's like to gain all the knowledge of your victims.
Marius?
Ah, a human. Listen to me. This is over. I tell you now, this is the end. I have killed Elizabeth, and I've gained all her knowledge. But listen to me, vampires. You have a choice to make. You can learn to live with humans and feed on animals like I have, or you continue with your ways, and we will hunt you down and kill you.
You're a vampire. They are cattle. How can you live with them?
Because they have the right to live just as much as you do. Go now, and make your decision.
all right, old friend?
Yes, but I've gained a massive amount of knowledge and abilities. I am forever changed.
Is this a bad thing?
No, it's awesome.
Well then, that's good.
And I know where Kelly is.
Where?
Prepare your mind.
Where in the hell am I? No signal. Come get some.
Knowledge from killing our victims. I don't see any intelligence here.
Angus! Wait!